Hey guys and gals, let's wrap up the Fantastical Tree House by LEGO DREAMZzz. This is set number 71461, contains roughly 1,257 bricks, retails for $109.99, and this set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. And in the last installment, we essentially did all the leaf pieces on here and this mailbox thing. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we did. And you can tell on the back of the sticker sheet we don't have a lot left. Just have maybe, I don't think we're supposed to put the round ones on here, but I think these right here are just bonuses. So I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. That's not too terribly bad, and the stickers are evenly spaced. And we're going to be, let's take a look and see what bag 10 involves here. And we're going to be doing a close-up shot here. I just want to make sure. And then 11, 12, 13 does enhancements to the treehouse. Now, if I have to take stuff off this, I probably won't. All right, that's it. I don't want to, remember the crocodile car when I had to rip some of that stuff off? That wasn't fun at all. And I don't want to do that anymore. That's not fun. And I mean, there's no need for all that. And put him there for focusing. But we'll see though. I just want to get it done so I can hurry up and do some of the fun stuff. All right, let's begin with bag 10. I have not found my number 10 container yet, so I don't know where it went. And just to start off with the build, it's mostly dark, black, and gloomy parts. Now, we got to start somewhere. So, let's get going here. And you notice something was missing earlier is the power cord. I managed to get a hook, one of those ones you stick on your drywall. So I managed to get one of those, and I don't have to worry about the cord. It means when I'm done, I can take the cord off the hook and set it back down as normal. So it's going to make things a lot easier for me here. All right, I got to put together the minifigure. And so far, I've been pretty pleased with this build. The build quality, I'd say it's above average, just with this flag here that keeps falling off. It's probably the only thing that I have a complaint with. Other than that, it's not pretty bad. It's pretty good, actually. And trying to survive the heat right now. It's hot outside. It's like in the hundreds. Yeah, but those days have long since passed, and now I gotta find a wick. Okay, let me just set this down here. It's all black pieces. I hope the whole thing is, I hope the remainder of this is not just black parts. He'd be good for a shadow person. So I just got done with the what's that set called? I can't remember the name of it. The crocodile car. I just got that one done. And now I'm working on the shark ship. And yeah, that's something I'd really kind of want to get away from here. What kind of part is that? Oh, it's the one that looks like a little camera base. I got to find that. They're all black pieces. So this is, now here's the deal. Some people have already told me they hate the bellyache and they want me to think positive on all this stuff. Here's the deal. You need to go to a second channel. Go to somebody else's channel to watch the scripted reviews. I don't script my fillings on these. You know, so I'm putting that together there. But anyways, at least I solved the power cord issue. Well, it looks like we're just going to be spending all day on this stuff here, and it's weapons too, like a harpoon gun. Weapons. All the violence going on in the world, and I'm doing weapons. Yeah, I think it's colors that make the set away. Okay, we're missing a part here. Oh, it's a black tile with an evil eye. Sorry if you really can't see everything. Okay, that fell right behind this couch. I'm not digging that out. They always give us an extra one. And if I have to dig it out, then so be it. I'm just tired of looking at black parts. That's all I've seen in half these sets. And I got another review offer coming in. And I'm complaining about this one. I'll leave your imagination on how bad that is. LEGO brought out those pretty cool city sets, and then now we're doing... I mean, I can't get winners all the time. Now, I had a comment on my main channel, why are you great on portability when your stuff is large in itself? Well, it's just like my house builds, They're not meant to be moved around, but they're playable. But they're meant to be just as a display piece, that it is possible to make something big. My God, I got to find more black parts in here. Let's start sorting all this out. I'm not even done with this yet. I mean, oh man, this is going to take all day to do this one step. I may have to break it down into 4 sessions like I did the other one. I'm looking for, I don't even know what part I'm looking for, like an ice cream cone thing. I've seen it before. It's just too many black pieces to go through. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm picturing some little kid, probably with freckles, and a big smile to his mom. Mommy, mommy, I really want this. Well, this one's not too bad. I think that was it. Because we're starting with the voodoo thing. Yeah, we just got to put that in his hand now. I usually have dreams that are nightmares. But my nightmares were involving trying to get out of grad school. There you go. Well, I finished that up, so I don't have to have nightmares. I still have nightmares about college and stuff like that. Like taking in, if you've seen those interrogation rooms where they have a light overhead and the background's really dark, and I'm in this testing room taking a test with like 3 other people, and it's quiet like it is now. Okay, I found that part. And that's essentially, that was a nightmare for me. Anybody's ever went through college, let alone grad school, knows how bad that is. All right, and that's pretty much what it is there. We're not done with him yet. Oh, we only could wish. Now, I'm going to try to get this one done here and hurry up and do the review. Hurry up and do the review. Hurry up and do the review on it. So I can get done with another spear, huh? So I got to get done with some other videos. I got to work on a garage project. Yes, it's a single car garage. And that's essentially what it is. And I have it done. I just need to write up the building guide. The rough draft is done. And I really am going to have to start getting picky on what sets come to the house. Sometimes it's a theme that I haven't heard of. And I'm like, ooh, this might have some good pieces. Like this set. I thought the Dreams would have, it has some good pieces. Most of the stuff I don't really need though, but I'm like, oh, can't wait to get to that stuff. But I'm going to just go ahead and after I get done with this, I'd like to start working on that building guide so I can put it up on Patreon. And I got to set up a storefront. I don't know if I can keep having patrons having the monthly thing and have a storefront. I'm hoping I can do a hybrid, so somebody can either have that or they can pay per post. But what I want to do is if you pay for it, that's it. It's yours. And if you lose the file, you can re-download that file. Hold on. Oh, I'm missing a step. Okay. And essentially that's it. Okay, you do rotate that around. And I'm just hoping to break down the building guides in such a way that people want to purchase those. I had one guy ask me, why don't I just give them away for free? I said, oh, once my internet and electricity and water and sanitation's all free, then I'll do that. Oh, and property taxes too and all that other stuff. Once that's all free, I'll start giving them away for free. So that answered his question. You know, I wish I could. But when I have to finalize something for publishing, yeah, that's what it is. And I'm leaning more towards breaking away from doing video tutorials and going strictly printed guide. I'm not sure what we're building here though. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But see, I have a copy of guides. Now on Patreon though, I'm going to end up to the point where I'm going to be running out of stuff to post, the new stuff. So I'm going to go back and revisit some older projects and start backing those up. I'm still working on the Michael Myers house. Haven't finished that one up yet. I haven't done a whole lot of anything. You know, this thing's got a lot of ball joints on it. So I'm hoping I can get that done. So I have this stuff, you know. Alrighty. So once I get those building guides drafted up and ready to go, like this, it just has a rough draft. So it's like there. It just needs to be done. Well, I can't because I got this stuff first. And the stuff was given to me. In order for me to keep it, I have to do all the stuff. So essentially I'm going to release, this one I think will be probably Wednesday it'll get released. It depends. I have another set that I have to release. I can't tell you when it's going to be released though. But it's something that I thought sounded fun until I saw the photos of it. And I thought, well, at least if worse comes to worse, it'll make great commentary. So, yeah. You gotta stick a bunch of these little horns on here. I was thinking about doing another swimming pool project, but I did one last year. I don't want to do a pool every year. I try to do some stuff related to summer fun, and I got 2 tutorials built. I haven't filmed them yet because I'm too busy doing these, and it's just been back to back. And now I'm going to start capping things off. If I don't have my personal stuff done, I will not accept any more review offers. That's why a lot of guys, they'll do this type of stuff first. And then they'll go into doing... did I make a mistake here? Let me take a look. It's all black, so it's hard for me to see it as is. Yep, let me take that apart. These are not supposed to be here. It's the most boring color we have in here. Just imagine I'm building a barbecue and it's all black. There we go. That wasn't too bad. But imagine building the barbecue and those are usually black. That's why I try to add a little bit more color to it. Rotate it around, put more on there. Okay, cool. I only got, after this one, I only got 3 bags left to go through. And if it tells me to rip apart the tree house, then we're going to have to do it. I think that's what these little platforms, let me tip this up here. That's what these little platforms I bet are. I bet those are meant to like set rooms on, because there's snaps on all these. So I don't think I have to rip apart anything. I think it just kind of snaps in there and you're done with them. Yeah, getting these on here is kind of a pain. I think it's meant to be like this or like that. I don't know what that is. What does that even do? And putting those on there is not really easy. Just have to get the hands to line up and just do that. Oh, and they all fold up in there, huh? Do they fold inside? No, they just fold up like this. What is that, some kind of, is that some kind of evil barbecue grill? And we got 2 ball joints down here. Put that where you can see it better. I slept really good last night, and today is the 29th of June, 2023, and I got a bunch of work stuff done. I mean, done. It's done. And all I got to do now well, this one doesn't have any black in the middle. In the book it shows that it does. Do I have another one of those tiles in there? Yeah, it's the same thing. All right. It's on the side with the black here. Where does that go? Oh, it goes on the grill. Like that. And yeah, I did get a comment though, why does my table always look scuffed up and dirty and stuff? And you know, that's because of all the stuff I've been building on it. Oh, I got to build 2 of these. And a scuffed up, messy, dinged up table is a busy table. You know, you're not professional like the other guys where they always have a white clean table. You know, I'm like, well, if you don't like the style of my table, there's plenty of YouTubers out there who do this professionally, you know. And you know, this table's busy. And yeah, you know, yeah, you need to find a sheet of Formica, but when I have the other shop, but that's got the dark gray black counters in there. And I do have one that I've been cleaning off that's got stainless steel. Would be kind of cool on doing this stuff on. But I like the white because I want to make it reversible. I can just flip this over and... Oh, wait a minute, we got to put the legs on next. The side with the padlock is the way their toes are supposed to be facing. Wonder how many of this stuff is going to break off today, huh? Okay, just thought maybe the... Oh, I got the wrong brick in there. Whoops, let's take that out. And yeah, sometimes I'll do that. I was looking at that thing and that doesn't look right. Okay, now we fixed it. Yeah, I was watching the news and is this a mirror? That's exactly what this is. Okay, we're still doing more of that. And I was watching the news, though. A lot of people, I guess, their flights are getting canceled. Like, their flights are literally just getting canceled. You know, this is one of the busiest times of the year. And for me, you know, while everybody else is stuck at an airport wishing that they weren't there, guess where I'll be stuck at? You guessed it, W-O-R-K. And no, that doesn't spell beach. So if somebody says, "Oh, I'd rather be at work," oh no, you don't. At least you're out. At least you're out doing something. I'm doing the boring stuff today. Well, next week I will. Like a lot of my staff is going to be gone. That's the time I get all the work done. I had, you know, a colleague of mine go, "Why do you get to take off 12 weeks for winter?" Because I work more. Some people take off 8. Why? Some people take it off in one lump sum because that's just how it is. And when I'm doing work-related stuff, I just kind of... How does that go in there? Oh, we need the gray ones. And, you know, that's essentially what it is. Keep those separate there. And basically, you know, it's just like paid time off or PTO. You got to work for it. Yeah, I was reading your comment, Dan. I didn't think you would like these sets, but you do. I think you'll really like this one since I like it. You like the set I didn't like, so I'm sure you're really going to like this one. But you mentioned some, though, but they have some really good parts. And these do indeed have some good pieces. But I'm not a fan of the Bionicle stuff here. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do. I gotta get a video done by 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna do is kind of work slowly on it while. No, 2 o'clock. Right now it's 12 something. Maybe I can get it done by 1. Everything's done. I just gotta do the things. Okay, so these all just face inward. Well, I cannot wait to part this out. Yeah, I had to make an appointment with my barber stylist guy and say, "Hey, I need to get a haircut." So he's like, "You're gonna have." He's like, he's nice, but he's like, "Me, you're gonna have to wait." I'm booked, and I'm like, I'm fine with it. I procrastinated. That's not your fault. So now I'm waiting for. I gotta wait another 2 weeks, but that gives me time to think of what I want to do, unless I change my mind. And this thing's kind of fragile, so I'm trying to find ways to hold it on there and shove these in here. Okay. Stick my finger in there just to kind of widen these out a little bit there. Not the most prettiest thing in the world. Okay. Yeah, my allergies are starting to flare up all of a sudden, and it happens. I had one fan commented on my main channel, goes, you sound kind of whiny in this video. I can't stand to hear you. I'm like, dude, I'm sick. And you get a sinus infection, that's just it. I can't. When I do tutorials, I don't do tutorials when I'm sick. So you'll never hear that at all unless I'm just pressed for a deadline. With these, in about 6 months, most people won't even watch these anymore. They'll be long gone. Most don't care about the reviews. I get more complaints, so when I make the reviews higher quality, I'm like, my main focus is on tutorials, not on reviews. I'm assuming we're building left and right here, yeah. It's all black parts. And Technic and Bionicle stuff. That treehouse was fun. Now we're doing all this now. I hope this is the last character. I don't even know his name, and do I really care? Not really. Okay. It's like some kind of killer barbecue grill or something. I don't know what he is. Okay, the horns are supposed to face in the back. So I'm assuming it goes like this here. This is the one we were working on first. Yeah. I'm not sure. We're still missing a part on him. I've already spent, what is it, over 20 minutes on this one thing? I got 4 bags to do. In addition to that, I still got to get other videos done too. I'm not even close to finishing everything up for the day. Okay, it goes like this. Be careful when you do this. The ball's supposed to be on the top, and that right there. And I'm not going to tell you what that looks like. I'm sure you can probably use your imagination of what that looks like. I can always use these here for making RVs. They work good for like hookups or attaching the fake awnings to the side. And I'm kind of working on a real awning for campers now. I need to graduate from using the other ones. But I have to admit, though, with these type of sets, the build experience can be okay at times. But then again, the build quality, though, for the most part, is pretty good. And nobody wants a set that flakes apart when he or she is building. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm trying to remember this place that just popped in my mind. It was by a bridge. And we drove down to this creek area, and there was this tree that kind of somewhat fell over. And I remember people using it as a diving board to dive in this creek. I never did. I was kind of scared. Plus, I was like maybe a teenager, a preteen. And I still remember that trip. I need to find that place again and see if it's still there. All right, which hole do we put it in? Oh, it doesn't matter. Like that. It's like the Predator. He takes off his mask, and this just shoves in here. Be careful where you're pressing on that. Just hold your breath and do it very slow. And and that's all it is. Yeah, that's pretty creepy, huh? Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that ugly old thing. It took us about 25 minutes to put him together. That's what we have remaining. Now we're going to be moving on to bag 11, and we have two options in here. We could pick the blue or the green. And I think we're going to go ahead and do the blue, and I'm going to stick with blue. Okay? I'll be able to tell what one of my favorite colors are. And let's unbox this one here. Oh, wow. That doesn't look like that even belongs with this, huh? Especially after that dark, gloomy thing we built. And I just got done part of another video. So in between what you're watching here, it's probably been 10 minutes has elapsed. And let's get going here. You could do any color mission you want. I'm sure somebody out there is doing the green one. I'm just not going to spend... If I had maybe a month to do with these sets, I could probably do both missions. Take a look at the alternative builds, but I don't have a lot of time to do them. I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to build them all first, and then we're going to put them on the tree house. It's white pieces on a white counter. At least it's not black, though. Okay. I like transparent bricks. Doesn't matter what color they are. They're good for camera filters too. And I'm always after the really weird oddball stuff. Now we got yellow window frames and we have yellow inserts that go into them. Like that. Kind of reminds me of my grandparents' house. They had front doors where they changed the glass out in them. And they actually had that something similar that was like a diffused glass in the front door that was kind of yellow like that. Really kind of 70s, 60s style. And I always thought those were kind of cool doors just because it was just different. My parents just had a single door at the time, and it was just a solid door. Just a slab door, nothing special. Having the double front doors, you know, was considered richy back then. Now almost... Well, matter of fact, no, that's not true. I was gonna say a lot of houses have it, but out here some of them do, and some guys are taking out the double doors and putting a single door in them. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's with this, unless you're just meant to rearrange the floors. Like right now, this has got an ice cream cone in there. That doesn't sound bad considering it's hot outside, huh? An ice cream cone thing. In fact, that's not a bad idea for a mock, huh? I have to consider that. And there we go. I'm sure you can probably do green in one and blue in another. You can probably mix them up. Now, there's one thing I was hoping this set would have, and it would be a collaborative build. As you can tell, obviously, this is... boy, that does not even want to go in. But by far, this is not even a collaborative build at all. I wish it was like a family build. Some things you just can't make them. Like my tutorials are really not meant as collaborative builds. Although I'm kind of thinking of how I'd like to do that. The pontoon boat would be considered that. But in order to make it a collaborative build, it's like the brick heads. Let's take a look at those, for example. They're all separate builds. You know, one figure is not tied to the other, so you can easily just build those separately. It's like building a house and in a car. They're not really tied together except for the final build. Boy, you get a lot of these frames and no glass that goes in them. Forgot to put that plate in there. I would have caught it eventually. Yeah, this bag here is going to go quick. It's not boring. It's not that boring black color. It's like building a black car. I've never built any black cars before. Maybe I should see if it's any different. And then the white picket fence goes here. This must be the ice cream shop. And then this goes in the middle hole. That'd be kind of cool as is. Do they leave it like that, or is there something attached to it? No, we're going to have to put a sticker on something here soon. And another one of these signs. Trying to think of some new projects to build. Now I'm getting close to the end of the year, so I'm not going to. I think the only thing I'm going to be focusing on at this point is vehicles and some furniture stuff. Maybe a mock or two. I kind of want to get away from building. Okay, let's get the sticker on next here. If I can find this sticker sheet. Sticker number 1. Well, I'll be ripping that off when I'm done. That's a white picket fence. You couldn't stick a sticker on that. I mean, you could, but yeah, it's nice without the cord in the way. Putting these stickers on these round bricks is a bitch to put on. I mean, they're hard. If you don't get them just right, they're crooked. Or like this one where it's hanging over a little bit and it's crooked. See, that's where I ding the points off, because if I have to fight with something, and stickers, this is, you know, Lego is something I want to build. I don't want to stick things on. I just don't like doing it, so I ding off for that. Must be the arrow too. And this goes right on here. Press right in the middle right there, and you just rotate it like that. And we have the blue part here. Well, it's like this. Well, this course would belong to this, but I don't know. I mean, should have started with these first over that fence there. Yeah, let's not put that. Let's put this in first before we put the fence in. I bet those leaf pieces are going to go on these right here. And no, but that's kind of cool how they're doing it. Okay. Take some of these blue flowers. We've got to make 2 of these, so we'll prepare them now. And then they stick the rocket base on these right here. like that. And then we flip it over and we stick the gem in there. Snot, no studs on top. Anytime you flip the orientation of your bricks, just remember that's a snot method there. And you know, when we were kids, we were just taught to put Lego bricks down just normal. And now today, with all the special pieces, you could do other things. And this goes on the top. It's kind of colorful, huh? It's got a nice color scheme to it, too. And I got to build a set of balloons. They're the same balloons, so I'm just going to go ahead and build them just two different colors. And that doesn't go there. Hey, I'm always after these type of bases because I can use those for making balloons. And we use them right here. Let's put them in the right order. I have a feeling these are going to get whacked off a few times because they're kind of loose putting them on there. There we go. And that's it for the parts. I can always use these. I need those. Never used them for anything. And this one goes right above the door. And we're not done with this step yet, but this is what we have remaining here. And let's see if I can do this here without having to. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to move it. Okay, it goes right here. And I'm taking it, this right here just bites into that. So you just do this and you give it a quick push and it should just sit right on that plate there, which it does. And basically you can crawl through the hole in here to get to those rooms, so you can just pretend that you can do that. And so far, that's not too bad. So that's what these little platforms are for. That's not a bad idea, huh? Alrighty. Now we're going to be focusing on bag 12 here. And here we go. We still got a few stickers left. Yeah, I just got done with releasing the crocodile car. So that one's done. Now I'm working on the shark ship. And that one there, the only thing left to do is do the actual review. This one's got some interesting colors. It's all green stuff I could use. And that's pretty much what it is. Yeah, I want to thank Karen, and she's not that type of Karen, but thank you, Karen, for being a long-time YouTube supporter on my memberships. That means she gets to see all the videos before you guys and gals do, like the mocks and the tutorials. I only release one tutorial a week, so if I get stuff done early, she gets to see it before everybody else does. I've had some mention, how can she comment before the publish date? You know, back in the old days, I just had friends take a look before they were published. Now I just use it as a, you pay for early access. But I'm thinking about doing more of the exclusives for that. I don't know how I want to do it yet. Essentially, everything will be published, but I want to kind of go on that method there. Alrighty, so let's alright, let me, what is this here, like the entertainment room or something? Oh, we didn't get any green glass to put in those. That would have been cool. So what I'm going to do for the review is I'm going to film the review portion first. That's usually the hardest. Then I'm going to come back. We're going to do the minifigures. Then we're going to do this brick stuff. Then we're going to do the tree house 360 spin. Then I'm going to do the tree house, the close-up tour. And I need sticker number 6. And that's how I'm going to do the that's how I'm going to do it. All right, I got that on right. Don't know how I did it, but I did. It's like a theater or something in here. Now I'm obtaining a whole bunch of these now. Upwards 1x2 by 2x2 angular plates. Great for making cars and stuff. Been nice if they gave us glass for these, but I think they use these more just to kind of give it some structure. And here, making sure these are regular. You know, I remember reading a comment years ago about people were kind of getting pissed off at guys like us for buying Lego, to build things out of when there's a lot of kids out there who don't have this toy themselves. And I mean, that sounds unfortunate, but a lot of us growing up, including myself, parents didn't have the money to buy all this stuff. That's just how it was. And now having a full-time career, I could do that. I could buy, bricks and expand on this. There's no way back in the 80s, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, I couldn't afford to get all this Lego stuff. Now I work and, I can. Now I'm an ambassador and I get the stuff now, and I still have to manage to get it all done for you. But for the most part, though, there'd been no way I could afford all this. Sometimes I'll get that, well, Lego gives it to you. Yeah. It's not without a hitch. I got to get it done. But you can't get in this program unless you're 18 and over anyways, due to the child slave labor laws or whatever. I mean, there's some out there who use their kids to get the views, and it works. If I had a son or a daughter and she or he wasn't interested in this, I'm not going to force them into doing Lego stuff, because that wouldn't be fair to them. Here she doesn't want to do this. I'm not going to force them into it. Some of these guys, they literally just get their kids into it, hardcore, make them go to all the conventions and stuff. But the conventions for me would be a pain. I don't think I could handle being around that many people. Maybe this is the balloon room. It's got a valve on the side. It's got full hookups too, but I don't know if I could handle doing all that. It's like now today I can do a lot of this fun stuff. It's like the models you see on my channel. We didn't have these parts back when I was growing up. And if we did, it would just be way too expensive. Lego's gotten really pricey now, so. And you just have to deal with it here, and I hope that ain't for me. No. Yeah, today's Thursday. This is the last day I got to get stuff done. I can't wait till I'm all done. All right. So it goes on here like this. Now I'm just holding behind here, kind of smushing that down in there. Okay, we got to put a sticker on this tile here. That's sticker number 18. Only got one left, folks, so that's it. Just says, this one just says tree house on it. I miss having a tree house. Those were always fun. My nephew had one in the backyard, and then we had to take it down. Apparently it was starting to get termites in it. And yeah, it was on a slight hill in my backyard, but the front part was on posts. It was about 3 feet off the ground on the front part, and it was next to an evergreen. And yeah, that was a really nice little tree house. And so when you're out there and you're up in the tree house, you were looking through the branches, so it felt like you were up in a tree. And we got to build 2 of these. Yay, that's fun! Yeah, okay, let's get it done here real quick, huh? Okay, don't press these down all the way. I think that's what you're doing here. Oh, I'm putting them in backwards. Well, we can't have that. Yeah, my pool is sitting at 80 degrees right now. I'm just waiting for it to get a little warmer before I get in. Because I'll be taking dips in the pool while doing these. You won't know it, but I'll know it. I only got one sticker left. I have a feeling that's going to go on the last build. And to me, if you have the stickers, it just kind of ruins the imagination of the build. All right. Yeah, tonight we're going to have hamburgers, and we were kind of talking about, and I said, it'd be nice. Friend's like, don't even mention. I said, oh, okay. We'll stay at home and have hamburgers then. I'll try not to get into that rant. Okay, you got stud launchers, but these are facing upwards here. Oh yeah, these are like a silver metallic. Yeah, when I do the demonstration though, I'm not putting the studs in here. The reason being is I don't want to have those fly straight up, it looks like. If they do, then that's going to be kind of miserable. Yeah, I haven't seen these fences in this color in years. Yeah, I remember the last one that I did, I had the scenic sounds playing. I haven't gotten to the editing yet. But if you guys like those, let me know. And what I'll do is I will continue doing those. I got a bunch of footage here. That was like a sample if you're interested in it. And then I will... Okay, this crap fell out. I mean, how else am I supposed to put that in there, huh? So if you're interested in the scenic stuff, I'll just play more throughout the build. Maybe one day we'll do the beach. We'll go to the beach or something. Kind of take the quietness out of this room here. This is just held in with one stud. I think I got that one on backwards. Yeah. I think it's meant to look like slime going down the side. I think that's what it is. If you say I don't know, you'll get slimed. Okay, that's not a bad idea. They use these as little awnings here. Like that. That's not a bad idea. I think that's pretty cool. And it wants us to load these up with studs in here. It even tells you. And then you got the magical blue finger from the void coming and showing you how to use those nasty things. Well, we are not going to be doing that. But I am going to keep the studs out, though. Well, yeah, I don't feel like putting those in there. And that's what we have remaining. Now we can go ahead and where does this get attached at? Okay. This will be changing the camera angle for you again. It goes right there. Well, that won't do you any good, so let me put it here for you. It just snaps right in there. You may want to hold on to the back, and there it goes. And essentially, yeah, I don't know how you're going to get in there. There it is. Alrighty, now we can get done with bag 13. And yeah, this gets to be kind of annoying to constantly change the camera angle on this. When I do the review, though, I kind of keep everything static. I don't really move anything around. Because as you can see, I'm spending more time messing with the camera than I am building. Well, I bet that sticker's going to go on that tile right there. And let me get this kind of tipped down here a bit more for you. Okay. Almost every one of these type of sets I've seen it has at least one stud launcher. I hate those things. I really do. A lot of you told me you hate them too. They're just kind of annoying. All right. This one's got a disc launcher. Cool. I bet we're going to shoot donuts at something. I bet those are donuts. We're going to be shooting those at people. So when you shoot a donut at somebody, they're going to open up their mouth wide and just take donuts. I wouldn't mind that. I love donuts. I don't have them enough, though. The sugar intake is just going to be too much for me. But still. And just about done with this goofy thing here. Yeah, I got the tutorial for this weekend. I'll just tell you what it is, since this will be released after. it's called a 5-jet water fountain. Basically, it's just like a 4-leaf clover type water fountain. And it's got 5 jets, 4 smaller ones and 1 larger one in the middle. And I kind of save water fountains for spring, summer, fall. And the reason being is they're kind of cool. They're kind of cool to make. So I just save them up for that. Try to do at least 1 water fountain a year. I got a bunch of water fountains I'd like to build for you. But I don't want to just saturate the channel with 1 year. Oh God, we got 50, Jay's building 50 different styles of water fountains. And that would get pretty boring. It's like doing LEGO DREAMZzz, and it's, let me get that real quick. It's like doing a LEGO DREAMZzz set and you're doing a marathon of the same theme. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm already getting burned out. So just imagine if I were to do campers and stuff. I can only do so much because I would get bored with it. Okay, so this sits inside of here. Got a little turntable in there. Is that a brown one or oh, that's a tan one there. So we got a sand yellow and brick yellow here. How do you know brick yellow is tan? Sand yellow is dark tan. And we got to put a few more here. A black donut? Ugh. Doesn't seem like a really... Maybe it's meant to be dark chocolate. I don't know. There's a chocolate donut there. I think they would have had a pink one on there for like a glazed one or something. Okay, we got to tile this in here. Yeah. A lot of people don't like the small tutorials. What they don't understand is that if it's an idea that pops in my head, I may want to use that later on for a future build. It's like the water fountains and stuff. Well, why do you do these simple builds? I don't like these. Can you make something hard? When I made something hard like the rope bridge, I don't have those kind of parts. You know, I mean, so now I just build stuff that pops in my mind. And I don't mind doing the harder tutorials, but sometimes you got to do easy stuff to enhance a larger mock. It's like doing these, for example. I'm doing these right here. You know, this is like a little, this is like something very small here. And it's little accessories like this that just makes a build pop out. A lot of people don't get that when they do these type of things. Like, why do I have to do the small stuff? I don't like doing the small stuff either. I do it just to, you know, okay, it's got to go like this. And then you rotate it around. I think orientation does matter. We have to put the last sticker sheet on here. And I think the purple or the pink part hangs over off the other side. I didn't want to deface this tile here, but I'm ripping that off when I'm done. And that's what it's supposed to be, like that. Jay, you really like ripping stickers off. Oh yes. If it's a part that I could use for something else, you betcha. That'd make a nice little, like a nice little, like a little table for maybe a master bedroom. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. What'd they call it? The main bedroom now. I can't say master anymore. Somebody corrected me on that one. Used to call it a master bedroom back in the day, and now we call it the main bedroom. I think of master I'm thinking of the main room. It's like a master key. You know, it's the main key. Like, but I'm not going to get into the whole politics why we're calling it the main instead of master. It's like a master copy of a file. It's obviously known as the main thing. Okay, so there we put that there. And okay, so I bet what you do is you just use this here as your lever. Oh. Yeah, and this stuff just shoots straight up. This is just kind of crude here. Does that just sit there? Okay, it goes in this holder. Maybe it's, okay, that's not meant to swing too. That's just meant to stay like that. So you're supposed to, let's just try it and I'll show you. You stick that in there, right? And maybe it's meant to be a toaster. I bet that's meant to be a toaster. So it's not maybe meant to be a stud launcher. So we put this bago in there. Put the bago in there and it tells you not to poke somebody's eye out with the bago. You know, that bago's, oh, and you got the blue finger from the void again, just coming to visit us, showing you how the bagel pops out of the toaster. So, and you got three different types of donuts you could use here for the toaster, and I think I'm going to stick we'll just leave that one in there. And yeah. Oh, well the bagels go inside the bagel holder, like that. Shove that in there, and there you go. And then this one goes on the last platform on the top. And then we're done with those stickers because it just fell on the floor. So I guess that's to tell me that I'm done. And so if you wanted to, you could rearrange. Oh, well, there's another part that falls off, huh? And you're putting these on, be careful. And basically that's where that goes, is right there. And essentially that is a wrap. We are done with that. Let's take a look here and make sure everything is done. Then I'm going to go get the turntable. And then we start with the green one, which is pretty much the same thing, just rearranged a bit differently. Alright, so let me go get the turntable and we'll take a quick tour. Let's get the camera way back here. And so you can see how I'm going to put that on there. Now, I always recommend getting turntable, especially if you have young ones that like to build stuff, instead of having them, you know, take a risk of this thing taking a topple. It's easy to slide it on a turntable. I think one of my legs is missing on this, because I found it the other day. I don't know what happened to it, so it's going to be a little wobbly. Let me make sure it's all centered here. Yeah, there's just too many of these little accessories. Yeah, well, we'll have to bring that out further, huh? So why am I doing that? So when I do the tour of it, I can just spin it. Okay. Making sure everything's centered here. So this is why I always encourage using this, because if you have young ones, instead of having to move this stuff around, it's easy to have it on a turntable base. So this is one of those builds where it's very tall and very large. And you're going to see the power cord in the review. Not a whole lot I can do about that. This is one of those builds where, like I said, it's just massive. I'm only set up for horizontal stuff. I've had some that tell me I need to be a little bit more professional on this. And I'll show you professional. You know, it's all about the ideas and how you present them. Some people are like, I already had the focus set on auto. I hope that's not a bad sign. Okay, so we got this hideous thing here. He can be the caretaker, take care of the lawn. And then we have this guy with the harpoon gun. It takes a face plant. And let me make sure I have all the figures here with me. All right, the letter falls out of the mailbox. Oh, cool. So it's, not only this thing eats them, but it spits letters at you. And if you notice, everything is top heavy. I can't get anything to stand. So when I do the tour of this, that's just it. I'm just going to go with it. I mean, we have earthquakes out here, but not that bad. And sorry if you really can't see everything. Guys and gals, these sets get so large. My camera's already about 3-4 feet away from this. We got the old lady that lives in the shoe. And I've already forgot her name. I don't really care. I know old Dan will probably like this set, but for me, I'm kind of... It was fun to put together, except for some of this stuff, but I'm just glad now that I'm getting it done. Remember, I'm doing this stuff as a job at this point, so this is not really meant just for me to... I didn't buy this to enjoy it. I wouldn't buy something like this, but... And that's essentially what we did there. That's what $109.99 gets you. And as you can see, we get plenty of accessories. Here's the back. And don't worry, in the main review, we'll take a closer look. And you got a real functioning swing. The mailbox guy, let's make him slouch so he doesn't, you know, he's really, this thing is not even sturdy at all. Okay. So you can essentially, do we have any minifigures without weapons? Well, they all got a weapon in their hand. Wow. You can actually go in here and you can play, it's almost like a regular house just built vertically like that. And I'm going to say that it's a playable set. This looks fine here. I don't know why they just didn't round the bottom of this off and give you a bit more play area right here. I feel like it's ready to fall down here, but it's not. So yeah, stickers, they were okay to put on. There were, I would say there was probably more than I wanted to put on it, but not too terribly bad. But it wasn't like I was putting sticker after sticker after sticker. You got the bagel launcher, and you got the balloons, and the killer plant. These little fences here, they keep kind of getting all weird. And these rooms pop off and stuff like that. And honestly, it's bright and colorful. Let's jump right on the review. We're going to jump right on into play value. And as you can tell, there's a lot of things to do here. This is playable. This is not a model you just sit on a shelf. You can play with things. You can take these off and rearrange them. You got those goofy stud launchers. You got the plant that'll eat your finger. The nice swing here. This swing is really nice. It's very basic, but look at that. It just really goes. You know, this thing is playable. So whoever's going to get this is going to have a lot of fun playing with it. As for the build quality, it's pretty good. So we had all this cross bracing and stuff like that too. There's a couple things to note is that these flags will come off. One of these rooms, the little TV came out right there. I think that's what it is, or it's a slime room, I don't know. But other than that, it's built above what I considered average. So this is meant to be played with. It's not meant to just be a shelf queen whatsoever. Then we have the build experience. What was my build experience like with this set? It's, for the most part, was pretty good. You know, there was some areas where it just seemed kind of dry, like building this thing here because of the colors. He doesn't look like he even belongs with this, but yet he's here. And for the most part, though, it was a very pleasant build experience. So this one I really wanted to put together. I'm just kind of glad now I can move on to something else, but for the most part, pretty good. Build quality, build experience, city value. Excuse me. The back's not finished off because it's meant for play. Although you can, this is a good inspiration though for making other stuff like mocks. Like imagine making a big giant oak tree out of this and having a hidden area inside that tree. This thing has potential. Now, as far as for the greenery on this, it looked like they just built this on some dead tree. You know, so I wish there was a little more greenery on it, or bluery, or whatever. But yeah. And so for me, it's not too bad for build experience. And unfortunately, unfortunately, there's no collaborative build. So maybe, I'm trying to think here. I think bag 1 did some of the base in this. So bags 1 through 10 basically built the tree. I think 11 did him. I'm trying to remember here. And then there was 13 bags, so 10, 11, 12, and that's this thing up here's 13. So basically it's an unbalanced build. So would I consider it being family friendly? Not really. Even though some parts can be extracted, the build is not divided up evenly, so up to 13 people can build. Or even up to 6 people would have been nice. So it's not balanced in that aspect. But for my final score on this set for what it is, and I'm looking at playability, and it's got a lot of features and stuff. I'd say the build, the score for everything on here for this build is going to be at an 8.8. Reason being is I'm dinging out because a few pieces did fall off during the construction, like these flags, the stickers. I had a difficulty putting a handful of those on. But, and it's not really quite portable. You're going to have to put it on something strong like this. You won't be able just to grab this thing and move it. So that's why I'm digging off the 1.2 points for that. But for the most part, though, I think this is going to make somebody very happy. Now, like we're talking about the retail price. This is $109.99, and this is essentially what you're getting. You're getting a playable model. So I'd say that that's pretty reasonable for what this is. And you know, at the end, though, it looks pretty good. I mean, it may look a little junky, but it is catching my eye. This looks fun. This looks fun to play with. Just imagine if this was a treehouse you can go into in real life. It'd be pretty cool. And there's a lot of inspiration with this, too. So I would say that an 8.8 is a fair score. The price is pretty good with this. But I want to know what you guys and gals think with this build.